Okay. All right, 30 jumping jacks when you guys are ready. All right, 30. Once you get your 30, grab your towel or your band or whatever you got. We're gonna go for our halos around the right side first. 5, opening up the chest and shoulders. Bending the elbows as much as you want. Trying to get the shoulders away from your ears, pull them down. 5 and 5. Bringing the hands to the top of your back. Keep that chest nice and open, feet underneath your hips, moving into your hinges. Let's do 2 more. And bring that towel around front. We're gonna move into our squat, so feet go a little wider, toes out to the side. Reaching down for the toes to start. Feel that stretch, bend at the knees, drop as low as you feel comfortable. Arms overhead and stand. 5 of our 4-part squat. Take your time. Just go whatever depth feels okay for you right now, whatever is a good stretch. Five total, like this. And then once you finish your 5, feet come right back in underneath your hips. We'll do our mummy ragdoll stretch down to the right side. Hang your head in front to the left and up. Let's go 3 times around here before we switch. Keeping the eyes open. Nice deep breaths. You're not getting dizzy. Inhale down, exhale stand. Once you get your free around either side, you can set your towel down off to the side. Let's just go into our hip opening stretches. So we'll do left leg forward, right leg back, dropping that back hip down, back heel is up. You can either stay high or if you want to come low, you can. Once you get into that lunge position, pushing that hip down, just take a couple breaths. If you want to move around a little bit, forward and back, side to side, whatever feels good to stretch out that hip area. 1 more deep breath. And then take your time, bring those feet closer together, roll it on up. And then we're just switching sides. Opposite leg forward, opposite leg back, get that back heel up, and then start dropping the hips, either staying up high or bringing it low, whatever feels right. One side might feel a little different than the other, a little tighter. Take some inhales, exhales, send some breath to wherever feels tight or sticky. 1 more breath. And then bringing those feet back in closer together. Take your time, roll it on up. And we'll just go to our side to side. So nice wide feet, dropping it down to the left side first. Right leg is straight. You can stay high or you can come low. We're just stretching out the inner right thigh. Same thing. Once you get down into whatever position feels like a stretch for you, take a couple breaths. And then we'll just come through center, walk your hands or just move from one side to the other. Stretching out the opposite side, inner thigh. Move around here. Sometimes I like to point and flex my toe. Notice the difference between right and left. We're gonna be doing some right-sided and left-sided stuff tonight, so it's already starting to feel the differences between those sides. Coming back to center, take your time, walk your feet in a little closer together until you feel comfortable rolling it on up, back up to standing. And then bring those feet in. Let's just end with our ankles. So point and flex with that right foot. And then some circles around to the right. And some circles around the left. And we're going to switch sides. Left foot, point and flex. And then circles. Left, and then reverse circles right. Shake it on out. And then if you'd like to grab some water, do any last minute stretches, feel free. Get my timer set up here. So we're starting with a 10-minute EMOM, or every minute on the minute tonight. So that means there's 10 rounds, and each round starts at the top of that minute. We're going to alternate between two different motions. So the first minute, on the odd minutes, we're going to do kettlebell swings. On the even minutes, we're going to do plank shoulder taps. So I'm just going to demonstrate both. So if you don't have a kettlebell, use your dumbbell. Your repetitions are 20, okay? Ideally 20. If you're feeling like you have no rest in your minute, then cut your repetitions down maybe to 15, but 20 would be the goal. So kettlebell swings, take that one weight, you're gonna hike it back, stand up fast, let that weight just swing back, okay? So 15 to 20, 20 if you can do it. Your weight is what it looks like here. 20. Remember, the faster you move, the more rest you're gonna have. Give yourself, make sure, I'll give you guys a countdown, make sure you're getting at least 20 seconds before that next minute starts. Your second movement, plank shoulder taps. Planks, they're coming back. I told you we're gonna be doing them. These are the only planks, I'm gonna only put them in one circuit tonight. So these are them, we're getting them out of the way. Shoulder taps, so you start in high plank position. Okay, so hands are underneath your shoulders, your feet are nice and wide. You're picking up one hand, you're tapping your shoulder, you're setting the hand down. You're picking up the opposite hand, you're tapping your shoulder, hand comes down. The idea is that you're doing this without a whole lot of movement shifting in your hips. So kind of similar to last week, we did some like around the world ones. So this time you're just coming in, you're tapping your shoulder. The repetitions for that are the same, 15 to 20. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are kind of quick. It's kind of lift, tap, down, lift, tap, down, lift, tap, down. Okay, if you want a modification for this, you can do it on your knees, or you could do it to like a bench or chair or tabletop, just make your high plank a little higher, okay? So those are your options, repetitions for both, 15 to 20, maybe aim for 20 for both on the first set, and if you're not getting rest, then cut your repetitions down for the next. So we'll end up doing each one 5 times in our 10-minute block. The kettlebell swings or plank shoulder taps, and we should be nice and warm after this first 10 minutes. All right, we're ready to go. So you just need to have your one weight nearby. We're gonna start with those swings in 10 seconds. Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, first minute, 20 swings. Breathe. Second, you get your 20, set your weight down. This is the 30-second mark here, just to give you a time reference. Just remember, you might be a little faster or a little slower than me. That's totally fine. This is 20 seconds, so ideally everybody's kind of finished up now. If you're still going, maybe next round, drop your repetitions a little bit. If you want, you can go ahead and get started. We got 10 seconds, and we're gonna go into that first round of plank taps, shoulder taps. Here we go, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go to work. If you keep your feet wide, it will help you stay a little bit more balanced too. 20 total. And then you can rest. You got 35 seconds here. Take your time. This is 30 seconds. I'll let you know when you're at 20. All right, 20-second mark. If you're absolutely flying and it's not feeling challenging, feel free to add. Do the opposite. You can always add repetitions on if you like. Second round of kettlebell swings coming up in 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Hike that weight back, stand up tall, push those hips forward. Keep your chest up. All right, there's your 30 seconds. Round 2 of 5. All right, 20 seconds is there. Getting ourselves ready for these plank taps. In 10 seconds to go. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to work. Keep those hips nice and steady. Like you're balancing something on your tailbone. Plank time, 35 seconds. All right, here's that 20-second warning. It's 2 rounds of each motion. We're doing 5. So we got 3 left. Kettlebell swings coming back in 10. Here we go. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Thirty-second mark. Catch your breath once you're done. 20 seconds. Getting ready now. We got 10 seconds. We go back to those planks. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set those hands up, set those feet up, and we go. Watch those hips. Thirty seconds here. 3 rounds done, 2 to go. Using these 10 minutes to make sure we're nice and warm for our main series in the middle here today. All right, 10 more seconds. Round 4 of our kettlebell swings for 20. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 30 seconds. 20 seconds. Second to last plank series coming up. Back to work in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. All right, guys, remember, catch your breath whenever you're done. You got 30 seconds before we start this last round of both exercises. Last 2 minutes of our EMOM. Starting to feel nice and warm all over. All right, 10 seconds. Last swings for 20. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Back to work. Making sure you're breathing through it. 30 seconds. Alrighty, guys, these are our last planks coming up. 10 seconds, then we go. 20 shoulder taps. Keeping those hips nice and steady. In 3, 2, 1. Let's do it. All right, once you finish those 20 plank taps, you can take your time. Coming off the mat, let's take a mini breather here. Nice work. 10 minutes down. Feel nice and warm. Ready to go. Okay. You guys can hang out for a minute. I'm just going to explain. So our next part, we're going to be doing a ladder tonight. So ladders where the repetitions either go up or go down. We're doing a descending ladder, so the repetitions are going to start high, and then we're going to work our way down. So we're doing a 10 to 1. So everything starts at 10, and then next round we'll do 9, then 8 and 7 and 6 and 5, so on and so forth, all the way down to 1. So in this series, we're going to be focusing on right and left. So you're going to do everything on your right side for 10 repetitions, and then you switch to your left side and you do 10 repetitions on your left. Then you go back to your right for 9, left for 9, back and forth, back and forth. So every kind of series of repetitions you got to do twice because you have 2 sides. So that's why you only need 1 weight. You can do this with a kettlebell or with a dumbbell. It doesn't matter, whatever you prefer. But we're going to have 4 motions, okay? So the first motion is going to be a single arm deadlift. So nothing really fancy about it other than you're just using 1 arm, okay? So knees are unlocked. You're sending your hips back. You're going to hinge back, chest lifted, and come on. The only thing I say when you're doing a single arm, especially with a deadlift, is watch your twisting, right? You want to pretend like you have another weight there. So you don't want to like be twisting your back in a sort of way. So you're still going straight down. So from the side view, your back is still flat. Okay, no twisting of your shoulders, both shoulders face forward. So the first round, you would do 10 of these single arm deadlifts, okay? From there, you're gonna do 10 clean and press, okay? So either with your dumbbell or your kettlebell, you're gonna dip clean, that's up to your shoulder, press overhead. That's 1. Then you come down, dip, clean, and press. So on and so forth. So deadlift for 10, clean and press for 10. From there, I should have stayed up actually. So pretend that was my 10th. I'm going to come down to my shoulder and I'm going to do 10 racked squats. So racked just means that's on one side instead of being held kind of in the middle, okay? So if you like to take your other hand and just kind of balance that weight, that's fine. If you want it out to the side or wherever you want, you don't have to hold the weight. So you're going to do 10 racked squats, so weight staying on the right side of my body. Last motion is going to be a bent over row. So you're going to take that same arm as leg back and you're going to do bent over row. Okay. So let's just say I did 10, then I'm immediately going to switch over to my left side. I'm going to do 10 deadlifts, 10 clean and press, 10 squats, 10 bent over row. With ladders, there's no programmed rest. So you just can decide when you need the rest. Probably in between your sets, like after you do both sides is a good time to rest. It's with the bigger numbers, like your 10s, 9s, 8s. If you want to rest in between your right and left side, that's also fine. But usually, like you want to, since it's a ladder where you're holding the weight the whole time for all the motions, see if you can get through kind of the whole series and then put your rest either in between or after you've done both sides. But take it as you need it. Pop back in when you want. This is a little bit of like a chipping, working as you go. If you want to kind of stay paced with me, that's also fine. So 10, 10, 9, 9. We're going to keep working at this all our way down until we get to our 1. So if you're ready, grab onto your one weight, either your kettlebell or your dumbbell, whatever you prefer to use or have tonight. So we're going to start with on our right side, knees are unlocked, weight on that right side. We're going to start with our 10 single arm deadlifts. If you're ready, let's start. Keeping that chest forward. Send those hips back. 10 total. Once you get your 10, you're going to do your 10 clean and press. So you're dipping using your legs to pull that weight up to the shoulder, and then you're pressing overhead. Going for 10, make sure you're counting. And breathing. Remember, this is the hardest round. This is the largest amount of reps. Goes down from here. Once you get 10, don't bring your weight all the way down, because remember, you got to go into those racked squats. Set yourself up with the weight on the right side, and you do 10 squats. Once you get 10 squats, last exercise is your bent over row. Send that foot back, support that back, drive your elbow. Once you get your 10, weight comes out of the right hand. This is a time where if you need to pause, a little moment to breathe, catch your breath, grab water, this is a good time to do it. Then whenever you're ready, you can start on your left side. It's the exact same thing. You start with those 10 deadlifts. Hips back. Standing up tall. 10 total, then you go into your 10, clean and press. Make sure you're counting this one, use your legs every time. Noticing those difference between the right and left. Longest set here. After your clean and press, you have 10 squats. After your 10 squats, give 10 bent over row. Support your back. Once you get 10 bent over row, bring that weight down. If you haven't taken a breather yet, that's the time to do it. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. All right, the hardest round is done. 10s are over with. Next up is 9. So remember when you're counting, take that repetition off. This time around, you go back to that right side. You go to 9. So 9 deadlifts. If you're ready, you can follow along with me. If you need more rest, take it. After 9 deadlifts, it's 9 clean and press. Keep that weight close to the body. Nine clean and press. And you go right into 9 squats. After 9 squats, you've got 9 bent over row. Weight comes down off that right side. Take a quick moment if you need it, or a longer moment if you need longer. Up to you. I like to take just quick breathing breaks. That's what's working for me right now. So you do what feels right for you. You need longer, you take it. When you're ready, it's 9 on your left. Nine deadlifts, 9 clean and press. After 9 clean and press, it's 9 squats. And then 9 bent over row. Once you finish, weight comes down. Again, if you want to take that breathing break, water break, please do. Good news is 2 hardest sets are done. Numbers keep dropping, so when you go back to your right side, start with 8. Numbers are slowly going in the right direction. All right, take the time if you need to, if you're ready. I'm gonna get going. It's my round of 8 deadlifts. Make sure you're counting, make sure you're breathing. 8 deadlifts, go into 8 clean and press. I like to give myself a little bit more space in between my legs for my clean and press. After you get 8 clean and press, you've got 8 squats. After 8 squats, you got 8 rows. And then that right side is done. Catch that breath for a moment if you need to. Whew. These are the hardest ones. Numbers are going down. If you're ready, I'm going to start 8 on my left. Eight deadlifts, 8 clean and press. Dip and drive overhead. Weight stays close. Use those legs and then use that upper body. And then 8 squats. And then 8 bent over row. Weight comes down. Take that breather. You guys know we've done these before. So until you hit 5, the rounds are kind of long. They feel pretty sticky. Seems like it takes a while, but I feel like once you hit 5 and below, that's when you start moving quick. So we're just in the tough rounds now. Getting a little easier every time. Next time starts with 7. So when you get back to that right side, or if you're in it now, just make sure you're counting out 7. 7 deadlifts to start. And 7 clean and press. Then 7 squats. And then 7 rows. Starting to feel a little faster, just a tad, when we're switching from right to left. Don't feel like I need quite as long of a breather in between before I start my second side, left side for 7. 7 deadlifts, 7 clean and press. Seven squats. Seven bent over row. And weight down. Shake it on out. I like to give myself a breather at least in between my rounds. If you're feeling zealous tonight too, as the reps go down, And if you have the ability to, you can increase your weight or your resistance if that feels right for you. If it doesn't, don't feel the need. Sometimes after 5, that's a good time to do it. About to start 6 deadlifts on that right side. Getting closer. 6 deadlifts, 16 and press. 6 squats. 6 bent over row. Oh yeah, it's starting to feel nice. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and start on my left. Feel like I'm ready. Get going with these 6 deadlifts. 6 clean and press. 6 squats. 6 row. Weight down. The other nice thing when you come to 5 is it's half of where you started. It still feels challenging because you've been building up to this point, so it's not quite easy, but it is half the repetition, so you know that you're capable of doing it. You're capable of doing twice this much. So here we go, starting on the right side for 5 deadlifts. 5 clean and press. 5 squats. 5 row. Nice. Nice and speedy. Here we go to the left. 5 deadlifts. 5 clean and press. 5 squats. 5 row. All right. Weight down. Cruising now. Catch that breath. Grab a quick sip of water if you need it. For these 4, 3, 2, 1s, I'm probably going to take a little less rest in between just because they're going to go pretty fast. So back to the right side for 4. 4 deadlifts, 4 clean and press. 4 squats. 4 row. Cruising. Weight comes down. I'm going to go right over to my left side, picking up that weight, setting myself up for deadlift. Or clean and press. Or squat. Or row. Weight down. Quick breather here. 3, 2, 1. Gonna go by real quick here. Let's grab that weight. Let's go back to 3. Let's go right from right to left here. 3 deadlifts, 3 clean and press. 3 squats. 3 rows. Weight comes down, I'm going right to left. Picking it up, right to my 3 deadlifts on my left side. 3 clean and press. 3 squats. And then 3 rows. Weight down. I'm gonna take my last little water break here. So I'm gonna go from my 2s right into my 1s. So 2s on my right side, 2s on my left. And I'm gonna go straight into 1 on my right and left. If you need the time to break, take it, but if you're ready, you're just gonna plow through the ending. You're gonna go by quick. All right, starting it off. 2 on the right. 2 deadlifts, 2 clean and press. 2 squats. 2 row. I'm gonna go ahead, switch sides, go right into my 2s on my left. Nice and quick now. My 2 rows, and I'm going right back to my right side. If you want to take a quick breather, you can, but just know 1s are fast. Deadlift, clean and press, squat, and a row. And then you switch. Do it one more time. Deadlift, clean and press, squat, and a row. Woo! I want my weight down here. Give yourself some time. You're still finishing up. Take your time. If you're done, you can catch your breath. Grab some water. Nice work. We made it all the way to the end. If you're still chipping, that's fine. I think most people are finishing up. Let's do a little bit of, I want to do little calf stretches before we sit to do stretches tonight. So if you've got your weight on the floor, or if you've got a ledge or something, we're gonna do the calf stretch. So heel down, toe up. Let's stretch out our right calf first, or just keeping that leg straight, leaning forward just slightly. So you feel that stretch. And breathe. You guys can see now, huh? I feel like I'm like popping this week. And switch, left side. This side views. Always right after I exercise too. You got all this blood flow going. Swelling everywhere. It's all good. All right, let's go back to the first side. We're just do the bent knee stretch. So getting the Achilles a little bit. So bent knee, pushing into that, either up with the toe on the weight or the toe on a ledge or whatever you're using. feeling it just a little bit lower. And then let's just switch over, left side, same thing, bent knee, leaning into it a little bit more, feel it down through your Achilles. And then once that feels good, you can come off, shake out those legs a little bit. If you're using your weight, you can kind of throw it off to the side. Let's do our seated stretches. So grab that chair or whatever it is that you're using. Feels good to sit. Take a moment sitting up tall. Let's do our leg stretches. So extending our right leg down, heel down, toe up, leaning forward, flat back. And bring your right leg in. Let's extend our left leg out, heel down, toe up, leaning forward, flat back. And then bringing that leg in, taking your right leg either ankle on ankle or ankle above your knee. Drop that hip down. Trying to get that hip pulled away from the socket a little bit. Let's stretch out, lean forward. If you need a deeper stretch, if you're not feeling it quite yet. And let's add our twist on, hand outside the knee. Other hand comes around, looking over your back shoulder. Take a moment to breathe here. And then coming back to center, let's untwist, switching our sides. Left ankle up, let's drop that hip down. Lean forward into it if you'd like. And then hand outside the knee, let's reach around, looking over back shoulder. And then coming back to center, untwisting those legs, shaking them out a little bit if you need, sitting up nice and tall. Let's bring right arm across the body, hug it in nice and close. And then switching sides, left arm across the body. And taking both hands behind your back. Pull those shoulders down and away. Raise those arms away from your low back. Stretch out your neck here if you like. Whatever feels good. You can drop your chin to the chest. And then release those hands, just bring them forward. Really round that back, push those hands forward. And then two arms overhead, reach up tall, inhale. Go over to our right side stretch. And back to center over to our left side. And one more time up through center, inhale. And exhale everything out and down. Nice job, guys. We made it to the end. Nice job working your way down the ladder.